Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. This is your professor, Michael Bloomingberg, and I hope your week is going well. Now that we're in Module 7, research approaches, I anticipated that there may be some questions about where to go to find sources for the final essay assignment of the summer, which is Research Essay 3. So I am already in Blackboard, and you can see that I'm down in Module 7. And the assignment sheet is listed here, so we could take a quick look at that if you prefer. And I want to just highlight some things in the assignment sheet before we take a quick view at opposing viewpoints. So you are told that your research topic needs to be persuasive, but there are some topics that are off consideration. So you should avoid writing about abortion, pornography, and marijuana. Those topics will not be approved, just so you're clear. Everything else is negotiable, but you need to get it approved this week in the research topics discussion. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. It is a persuasive stance, so you are trying to convince your reader of something related to your topic. Now, some topics are not simply for or against, they're not going to lend themselves well for that. I put the most basic example as child abuse. Everybody is against it. So you might have to address your topic in more of a what can be done approach. You need at least 3 sources, but no more than 4. And here's the catchy part and where this video comes in. You want to avoid Google or outside methods for securing sources because really everything you need can be found in opposing viewpoints. The essay is due next week on August the 3rd. So we'll talk about that as well coming up. You do have to use MLA documentation as well. So we're going to focus on the link to opposing viewpoints. So I want to really design this video to walk you through it, show you where to go and the kinds of sources that you can find. So we're going to click on opposing viewpoints. And when you click, you'll see that the first thing you'll get is access to the databases. So from the database screen, you want to click general research and the drop-down window, click the plus sign. And if you go down 5 databases, you'll find opposing viewpoints. I'm going to go ahead and click to enter the opposing viewpoints database. And once you have entered, what you're going to want to do is scroll down to society and culture down at the bottom. So let's click that. And again, I move my cursor right down here and I click the link for society and culture. Now, you will see that you are given a plethora of research topics. Again, only abortion, pornography, and marijuana are off the table. Everything else can be negotiated, and all of the topics are linked. So I'm just going to click on one at random. I am going to, at random, click on the topic for recycling. And each topic is laid out the same. Of course, the sources are different, but the place to start is with the overview. The overview, and you want to click read more. The overview is always a great place to start just to introduce yourself to the topic. And so you can read it and find out what the issue is all about. What's really cool about opposing viewpoints is these are all well documented, well researched topics. And when you go down to the bottom of each, you'll notice that you have in the 9th edition the MLA source citation. That's really important for setting up your works cited page. So you want to note that. That's at the end of every source and opposing viewpoints. So again, note that because it is important. But you have different kinds of sources. You have featured viewpoints, which kind of sets up the general controversy, sort of the pro and con to each topic. Academic journals are generally designed for those who are experts in the field. And again, when you click on each source, you're given the full source information. And the citation, again, is at the bottom. Remember that in Works Cited, your source is arranged alphabetically by author's last name or title if no author is given. So you got all kinds of different sources. Again, featured viewpoints. You even have primary sources, references. There's infographics. Some of the infographics are not super updated. Some of them are. Actually, best way to think about this is if you could keep your information to within the last 5 years, you stand a pretty good chance of having relevant information. So 2019 is actually not bad. And same thing, source citation at the bottom. Now, what's really cool is that for each source, and I'm just going to again click on one at random. When you find a source you like, and much of your time this week needs to be spent in researching and getting ready to write the essay for next week, but you can, at the top, you can click to cite the source. If you click send to, you can send it to OneDrive or your email or a Google Drive. You can download it if you want to download and save it to your computer or OneDrive or a file. You can print it. You can also make notes and highlights within your document if you wish for something to stand out. And again, if you keep your source information to 5 years or more recent, you should be in great shape. There are videos that you can look at, news articles, statistics. And again, 2020 is pretty good. If you can find in the last 5 years, you're doing pretty well. Now, websites, in opposing viewpoints, websites that are linked out are fair game and okay to use. Because when it links you out to a website, like this one's going to link out to the National Recycling Coalition, you can stay at GEL or you can continue. If you continue, it'll pull it up in a new tab. These are all reputable websites. So this is different than just doing a Google search. But you need to find your source support here. And it does take time to research. So that's why I set the topic clearance date as Wednesday this week. I'm going to click off of opposing viewpoints in the databases. And again, the research topic, you'll notice it's due Wednesday. And that's because I want to go ahead and get you locked in, get your research settled. So you can go ahead, if checking my calendar here, if you get your topic submitted tomorrow night, that still gives you a full week to write the essay. We are hitting the home stretch. Our term is coming close to an end. So you want to go ahead and get your work finished up. Get research topics selected, get your sources identified, and start writing that essay. This is the part of the summer where we're really starting to feel a bit of a time crunch. And again, if you have any questions as you're working, feel free to email me. But I hope that you find this video helpful. And I wanted to again show you how to get into opposing viewpoints and just again quickly explain why it's important to stay away from Google and find your sources and opposing viewpoints. So hopefully find this helpful. Thank you so much. Take care and feel free to email me if you have questions.